Today I really wanted to make a lovely amazing Matilda Fudgy Chocolate Cake, so that's what I did. And did 3 a.m. stop me? Nope. So there I was making this cake at 3 a.m. and I was actually thinking about this story that I read and I really want to share with you guys. So the story is actually about these two friends that go out on a hike, and one friend is exactly opposite to the other friend. One is really careful and the other is ditzy, may I say so. And so what ends up happening is one of the friends, the so-called ditzy one, is making a bit of a fuss about the hike, and she's actually wearing the wrong shoes as well, and they come across this van that offers to drop them somewhere. Now obviously the careful friend is, as the word goes, careful about this, but the ditzy one, because she's wearing the wrong shoes as well, she wants to get in this van and all of that. So obviously what comes to it is, even though the gut feeling of the sensible one is, I don't think I should be getting into this man's van, they do end up getting into it, obviously peer pressure, etc. So they get in, they jump in, and this man, as he's driving them onto the way to where they want to get to, he stops by and he has a house, or whatever you want to call it, in the middle of this trail. And when they get off, and when he gets off to get something from inside, the sensible one notices some very dodgy looking things at the bottom of his car, and she actually thinks one of these so-called tools has a bit of a blood stain or something on it. Now obviously she's not sure, but this rings an alarm bell. So at this point, what she does, obviously she's very scared, she tells the ditzy friend to jump out and let's run away before he comes out. And of course the ditzy friend is not so keen on doing this because of, again, wrong shoes, but she's forced to do this. Now once they do this, they run off into the sidelines where there's all these trees and woods, and what happens is they're trying to make their way back down to where they had parked their car, because I forgot to tell you this, but they had parked their car initially in one of the car park areas before they started their hike. So they're trying to make their way back to this area through these woods, because they're trying to hide from this guy, essentially, because the sensible friend, she really has a really bad gut feeling about him. And not just the gut feeling, the other thing was, when they got to the car park, they noticed that his van, the same van, was parked there, his pickup truck van, whatever you want to call it, but not right next to their car. It was on the other side. And so obviously in this situation, the ditzy friend is telling her, okay, let's just jump in, let's just make a run for it and jump in. And obviously she herself wants to do this, but she has a really bad gut feeling, which again I find so interesting, gut feelings, and what causes it, and obviously more so in some people, not so much in others, but how so many times they are such big and great warning signs to you. Anyway, so this sensible friend decides to listen to her gut feeling, and she tells her other friend, no, let's stay here and wait it out a bit. So they're waiting a couple of hours, and obviously it's getting dark. They're both scared, they're sitting in these woods and it's getting dark. Obviously that's not safe, spooky, whatever you want to call it. And so they're waiting, and just before the sensible friend decides, okay, this is getting silly, maybe we should make a run for it, like how many hours are we going to wait here, she notices the back of their own car, the door opens, and out comes the man, the owner of the pickup truck. And obviously they both freak out, and he had been hiding obviously in the back of their car. They couldn't actually see him, he was lying down in that back seat. He jumps into his pickup truck and drives off, and obviously, needless to say, both girls are gobsmacked, shocked, and just creeped out to their core. At this point though, they have no other choice, but they decide to make a run for their own car, because now he should at least have made his pickup truck's not there, they saw him get in, they saw him peel off, so this is the moment that they have. So they both jump right in and obviously make a run for it. But I mean, at the end of all this, I found so interesting is just the social cues that you can pick up on, and how some people are more strong on these. And it just makes me think of all the times where you have had situations, hopefully nowhere near as bad as this, but situations where a friend of yours may have had more of a gut feeling about something. And it's just made me interested in hearing any stories that any of you have, in which you have had a gut feeling that you think may have saved you or your friend. I always find this very interesting to hear, so I would love to hear from all of you.